Never Hip a Lame podcast.
All right, once again, we're back with another episode, Never Hip a Lame podcast. I'm your host, Tristan Tarantino, and as always, we try to make sure that we bring y'all most influential and artists and brands of this time. And today, I got one of the big homies with me, Bucky Malone.
My nigga.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on, dog?
How you doing? Good. Hey, good, man. Honestly, truly, I've been wanting to sit down and talk to you for a while. Honestly, since I peeped the OG Ron C, Chopped and Screw jump, and then of course the Source jump. So when it was that, I was like, I've never known someone locally to get those two accomplishments, and that was one of the things that I recognized. And I was like, okay, I gotta pick this man brain. I gotta see how that worked. But first and foremost, let's first get into the whole fact of what was it when it came to your style of rap. When it comes to what you put through your music, like what was the main push for that? What was your main driving force? Because the way you rap and the way that you bring a lot of your shit together, I'm not gonna say it's so far left, but it's definitely different a lot of times from what the norm is today, as far as what you are bringing to the table.
I say just growing up, you know what I mean, being from Virginia, and I'm from Northern Virginia at that, it's kind of just a weird place because, you know, we're the South, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah.
Believe it or not, but it's like, you know, you go in different parts of Virginia, you might get a different taste, a different flavor, and be like, damn, this shit got a city feel to it, but then you might go a little further out and it's the country, so it's just like, Virginia itself as a whole is just a diverse state, so with that, it's like a melting pot as far as styles, sounds, so just growing up, man, I really just had access to every type of music, you know what I mean, like every type of genre, so just listening to different things, man, it just gave me a different type of influence. I ain't want to just stick to one thing. I kind of dibbled and dabbled in everything. And then when you really look at the pioneers from Virginia, they're really known for being different. You got Pharrell, you got Missy Elliott, Timbaland, and it's like them three people I just named alone is very different from each other. They got their own style. So at a young age, it just made me want to identify with myself even more and tap in with my inner self and just do shit my way.
And I know for me personally, like, and E will tell you, like, when it comes to Virginia and just overall as a state, like, I don't think anybody really recognizes how much talent, both from a musical level, on an athletic level, like, comes out of that area. And I think it's one of those things where musically, y'all are a force to be reckoned with. Musically, there's a part in, I'm not even gonna say hip hop, music in general. When you name those three people, when you think about it, where y'all ran that shit. And now it's just coming to fruition where more and more artists are coming out, more and more artists are being respected for that that influence, or that more so lack of being influenced by other people, other things. Like, I would say out of the DMV form, y'all may be the only part of that acronym that really just is its own thing and does its own thing. Like, y'all really
for sure.
make it y'all shit. And y'all don't worry about it.
Our counterparts don't make it easy for us. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? DC been doing their thing, been on the map. Maryland been on the map. You know what I'm saying? And with VA, it's like, you know, the stigma, like, for years, it's always been like, oh, it's some country niggas.
Yeah.
Like,
because for a lot of people, it stopped at Tyson's, and then they say, fuck everything in the middle,
you know?
And they go straight to, like, the beach.
Shit, for most people, it don't even stop at Tyson's shit. It stop at, like, maybe, like, Alexandria or some shit.
See,
like, Tyson's is a field trip for city niggas. Like, oh, we about to get fly real quick. You know what I mean? Like, but they still, like, we don't give a fuck about, they don't give a fuck about those Tyson's. They like,
but niggas will go to King's Dominion, though. That's the one they'll go.
Oh, yeah. It's out the way. It's out the way, though.
Out the way, but they'll go.
Take their little sneaky little legs.
And go straight to King's Dominion.
Ain't nobody gonna see them.
Nothing at all. But I did bring up the whole Source thing, and that was the one thing I wanted to get into about, because I grew up in New York, and magazines and just overall the recognition from stuff like The Source, Double XL, things of that nature. I grew up with that, and I still think that is the one thing that was a great checks and balance when it came to who you need to be looking out for and who is making their name known. And so, first and foremost, that's a big up. Like I told you when you got that joint, I said, hey bro, like, that's a huge look, bro.
I appreciate it.
Especially for the fact that it did. So honestly, talk to us about how that came about and what has that done, obviously, now when it came to how you make your music, and just overall the certain rooms or doors that's open for you when it came to getting that recognition.
Shit, well, I ain't gonna front, like, you know, any hip hop enthusiast, like, being in the Source, XXL, any publication, it's a big fucking deal. Especially the Source, because they like the OGs of this shit for real. But the first time, it's crazy, the first time I ever was featured by the Source might have been like 4 years ago. And IDK, shout out IDK, he had just randomly tweeted my wish list visual at the time. And that shit just went crazy, it went viral. A lot of people started following me and shit from that. And then maybe like a week later, Source ended up just like featuring it. They ain't even hit me up. They just put shit out. Like,
yeah, boom, we got something.
Like, oh, okay. Right. You know what I mean? And then from there, I've made like little random appearances on the Source. So it's like, okay, the writers over there showing a lot of love, and I appreciate it. And then recently, I made the artist to watch list for 2021. So that shit kind of like was a full circle moment for me, because it was like, wow, 4 years ago I made my like debut in this shit, like just off of visual. You know what I'm saying? And then here we are, like, now they got me on the artist to watch list and shit like that. Like, they still rocking with me after all these years. So, yeah, it's definitely love.
Never Hip a Lame podcast.